Hello students. So this is the question we will be doing. Find the center, lengths, equations of the axis, eccentricity, foci, the coordinates of the focuses, the equation of the directrices, and for this conic, for the conic x square plus 12xy minus 4y square minus 6x plus 4y plus 9. So how do we go about this? First of all, we compare this equation with this equation, ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. If you compare this equation with this, the values that we get is a is equal to 1, h is equal to 6, b is equal to minus 4, then g is equal to 2gx, g is equal to minus 3, f is equal to 2, and c is equal to 9. Comparing this equation with the general second degree equation in x and y, we get these values. Now what we do next is we will find the center of this conic. So how to find the center? Suppose the coordinates of the center are x dash and y dash. So what we do is we shift the origin to this center. Shifting the origin to this center, we will be using these transformation. X is equal to x plus x dash and y is equal to y plus y dash, and that implies capital X is equal to x minus x dash and capital Y is equal to y minus y dash. So if you apply these transformations in this equation, then this equation becomes x square plus 12xy minus 4y square plus c1 equal to 0, where c1 is equal to gx dash plus fy dash plus c, and which is equal to g is minus 3 x dash and y dash we have to find. So x dash and y dash, to find x dash and y dash, what we do, we solve two equations, ahg, g equal to 0 and hbf. So these equations, a is equal to what? Alright, you keep x dash y dash. So a is equal to 1. So this equation is x plus 6 y dash plus minus 3 is equal to 0, and h is 6x dash plus b is minus 4 y dash plus f is equal to 0. So solving these two equations together, we will get x dash is equal to 0 and y dash is equal to 1 by 2. So this you can do yourself. So x dash would come out to be 0 and y dash would come out to be 1 by 2. So we to find the center, we solve these two equations. How to write these two equations? You always remember this determinant AHG, HBF, GFC. Always remember this determinant AHG, HBF, GFC. So using the first two rows, of this determinant, you can write these two equations: ax plus hy plus g is equal to 0, and hx plus by plus f is equal to 0. ahg, hbf, using first two rows of this determinant, you can write these two equations, and solving these two equations, you get the coordinates of the center. So here x is so you replace x by x plus x dash is 0, and replace y by y dash by 1 by 2. So this is x minus x dash, and y dash is 1 by 2. So so this equation reduces to this equation, and where C1 is equal to g is minus 3, 0 plus f is 2, 1 by 2 plus c is 9. This gives you 10. So C1 is 10. So this equation, when you apply these transformations, this equation becomes x square plus 12xy minus 4y square plus C1 plus 10 is equal to 0. You take 10 to the other side. So this becomes x square plus 12xy minus 4y square minus 10. So if you divide by minus 10 both sides, this is minus 1 over 10 x square plus this would be minus 6 over 5 xy and plus 2 over 5 y square is equal to 1. So we have got the equation, this equation, and if you compare it, this equation by this equation, ax square plus 2hxy plus by square is equal to 1, then you get a is equal to minus 1 over 10 and h is equal to minus 3 over 5 and b is equal to 2 over 5. So by shifting the origin to the center of this conic, the center of this conic is 0, 1 by 2. This is the center. Center of the conic is 0, 1 by 2. How we got this? How we got these coordinates to the center of this conic? Was by solving these two equations. AHG, HBF. So solving these two equations, we get the center of this conic, and by making these transformations, x is equal to x plus x dash and y is equal to y plus y dash, you can transform this equation to this form. Alright, so we have got the center. Now we will find the lengths of the axis. So the lengths of the axis are found out by using this formula. H square is equal to a minus 1 over r square into b minus 1 over r square. So this equation can be written as 1 over r4 minus a plus b 1 over r square and plus ab minus x square is equal to 0. And this equation can further be written as ab minus x square r4 minus a plus b r square plus 1 is equal to 0. And this equation is a quadratic equation in r square. This r4 can be written as r square square. So you can see that this equation is a quadratic equation in r square. So if you solve this equation for r square, you get two roots, r1 square and r2 square. So we will find the two roots of this quadratic equation. So let's first write this equation right, in this exercise. So A is minus 1 by 10, B is 2 by 5 and H is minus 3 by 5. So this equation becomes AB, that is minus 1 over 25 minus H square. H square is 9 by 25 R square square minus A plus B. A plus B is minus 1 by 10 plus 2 over 5 R square plus 1 is equal to 0. So this here you get a quadratic equation in R square, and if you find the roots of this quadratic equation, there will be two roots of this quadratic equation. R1 square is equal to 5 by 4 and R2 square is equal to 2. These would be the R2 square is equal to minus 2. This you can do. If you solve this quadratic equation in R square, you will get two roots, 5 by 4 and minus 2. So since one root is positive and the other root is negative, so this is the equation of a hyperbola. So this is the equation of a hyperbola. And now we will find the equations of the axis. So we have found out the center. We have found out the so this is the equation of the hyperbola. So first of all, we can find the length of the axis. The length of the axis, length of the transverse axis is equal to under root 5 by 2, and the length of the conjugate axis is given by this is 2 times, this is equal to 2r1, so this is equal to 2r1 would be 5 by 4, so this is equal to root 5, and the length of the conjugate axis is given by 2 minus r2 square under root, so this is equal to 2 minus r2 square under root is 2 under root 2. So length of the conjugate axis is 2 under root 2. So these are the lengths of transverse axis and length of conjugate axis. Now we have found out the center, we have found out the lengths of the transverse axis and conjugate axis because it is a hyperbola, and now we will find the equations of the axis. So equations of the axis next we find the equation of the axis. We have found out the length of the axis. The length of the transverse axis is root 5 and the length of the conjugate axis is 2 root 2. Now we find the equation of the transverse axis and conjugate axis. The equation of the transverse axis and conjugate axis are given by this formula: a minus r1 square x plus hy is equal to 0. This is the equation of transverse axis, and equation of the conjugate axis is so if you put the values of a, h, b and r1 square and r2 square from here, then the equation of the transverse axis comes out to be 3x plus 2y minus 1 equal to 0. This would be the equation of the transverse axis, and equation of the conjugate axis will be 4x minus 6y plus 3 equal to 0. This would be the equation of the conjugate axis. by putting all these values, you can see that this would be the equation, the transverse axis, and this will be equation, the conjugate axis. After that, we can find the eccentricity. The formula for the eccentricity is b square is equal to a square into e square minus 1. So putting the values here, you can find the value of e. The value of e, you can see here, this will come out to be e minus r2 square. Minus r2 square is 2 is equal to r1 square is 5 by 4 e square minus 1. So this is equal to a to the power 5 is equal to e square minus 1. So e square is equal to a to the power 5 plus 1, and that gives you e is equal to root of 13 by 5. So that gives you the value of eccentricity. So eccentricity is given by root 13 by 5. This is the eccentricity, and this is how we find it. Next, we can find the coordinate of the foci. The coordinates of the foci, let's write it here, e is equal to root 13 by 5. Coordinates of the foci, the formula for the coordinates of foci are given by x dash plus minus, where x dash is 0 and y dash is 1 by 2, is x dash and y dash. So x dash plus minus r2 square minus r2 square cos theta, and y dash plus minus r1 square minus r2 square sin theta. Where what is cos theta and sin theta? Cos theta and sin theta are found out from the slope of the transverse axis. Slope of the transverse axis is minus 3 by 2. So where tan theta is equal to the slope of the transverse axis minus 3 by 2, and that gives you sin theta is equal to minus 3 by 3 square plus 2 square 13, and cos theta is equal to 2 over root 13, because theta lies between minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. So this is in the first quadrant or fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, sin is negative and cos is positive. So using these values of sin theta and cos theta in this formula, and we already have r1 square and the values of r1 square and r2 square, and x dash and y dash. X dash is 0 and y dash is 1 by 2. So putting all these values, the coordinates of the foci would come out to be 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, and minus 1, 2. So these will be the coordinates of foci using this formula. Alright. Similarly, we can find the equation of the directrices. The equation of the directrices are given by x cos theta plus y sin theta is equal to plus minus r1 square over r1 square minus r2 square. X cos theta plus y sin theta is equal to plus minus r1 square over r1 square minus r2 square. This gives you the equation of the two directrices, because the values of cos theta and sin theta are given. Capital X is equal to capital X is x minus 0 using the center, and capital Y is equal to y minus 1 by 2. So using these values of capital X and capital Y and sin theta and cos theta and r1 square and r2 square, so using all these values here, you can find out the equation of the directrices. The equation of the directrices would be 2x minus 3y minus 1 is equal to 0 and 2x minus 3y minus 1 is equal to 0 and 2x minus 3y plus 4 is equal to 0. So these would be the two equations of the directrices. This is how to trace this conic. To trace this conic, so to trace this conic, draw x-axis and y-axis, and this is the origin. Now first of all, you find out where is the center of this conic. The center of this conic is 0, 1 by 2. So you mark your point wherever is the center. Let's 0, 1 by 2 would be somewhere here, but just for the sake of so continuing further, this was the question where we are given the equation of a conic and we have to find the center, length and equation of the axis, transverse axis, conjugate axis or major axis, minor axis, their lengths and their equations. The eccentricity, the coordinates of the foci, focuses and equations of the directrices for this conic. So what we have done, we have found out the center, already discussed. We have found out the length of the semi-major axis, semi-transverse axis, semi-conjugate axis. We have find the equation of the axis. The equation of the transverse axis is this: 3x plus 2y minus 1 equal to 0. The length of the conjugate axis, which is this, and we have also find out the eccentricity, the coordinates of the foci, and we also have found out the equations of the directrices. These two equations of the directrices. Now we can actually trace this conic. How to trace this conic? That we will learn now. So how to trace conic is, first of all, you draw x-axis and y-axis and you mark the point at the center of the conic. The center of the conic is this point. Let's call it, suppose this distance is 1, this distance is 0, 1 by 2. Alright? So mark this point 0, 1 by 2, this center. Now what you do is, now you draw the transverse axis and conjugate axis. From this point you draw the transverse axis and the conjugate axis. So transverse axis, let's draw this line, 3x plus 2y minus 1 equal to 0. So to draw this line, since this is the center of the conic, so transverse axis and conjugate axis pass through this point. So one of the points on transverse axis is already with us, 0, 1 by 2. Let's have another point, mark another point on this line, transverse axis. So to find another point on this line, we can find where it meets x-axis. And to find, if you put y equal to 0 here, you get x equal to 1 by 3. If you put y equal to 0 here, you get x equal to 1 by 3. So this point somewhere here, 1 by 3, 0. This is another point on transverse axis, and so you can join these 2 points. So if you join these 2 points, this line is the transverse axis. Transverse axis of the hyperbola. Now let's draw the conjugate axis. The equation of the conjugate axis is 4x minus 6y plus 2 equal to 0. You can just see from the equation of the conjugate axis and transverse axis that they are perpendicular to each other. Naturally, the conjugate axis and transverse axis are perpendicular to each other and they pass through the center of the conic. This is the center of the conic. So you draw a perpendicular line here. This is the conjugate axis. Conjugate axis. Now what we do is, now we draw 2 points equal to, on the transverse axis, mark a point which is at the distance root 5 by 2. Root 5 by 2 is approximately 1 point something. So it is some point here. This distance is root 5 by 2. This distance is r1. Take distance r1 and mark it on the transverse axis. Similarly, on this side also, take a distance equal to r1. This point. This distance root 5 by 2. Root 5 by 2 is the length of the semi-transverse axis. So semi-transverse axis root 5 by 2 here, root 5 by 2. Mark these 2 points. Now, what do we do after that? After that, you draw a line perpendicular here. Here also, alright? Only on one side, it is sufficient. Now, on this perpendicular line, mark a point at a distance of root 2. So let's mark a distance, let's mark a point here at a distance root 2 here, right? This distance is modulus of R2. So this distance is modulus of R2, and similarly on the other side. Similarly, mod root 2, similarly on the other side. And what we do now is we join the center with these 2 points, this, and extend these lines. This line and this line. These lines would be the asymptotes of the hyperbola. Asymptote. One asymptote, this is also asymptote. These would be the asymptotes of the hyperbola. And what we do now? Now, once you have got these asymptotes, so you can roughly draw the hyperbola. So this is a point here, this is another point here, this is the transverse axis, and so you can roughly draw the hyperbola like this. These are the conjugate asymptotes. So we have drawn the hyperbola. This is also a hyperbola because r1 square is positive and r2 square is negative. The two roots, if one root is positive, one root is negative. This is a hyperbola, and we have actually traced this hyperbola. We have actually drawn this hyperbola. How we have drawn it? On draw x-axis, y-axis. First of all, find out the point center on the graph. This is the point 0, 1 by 2, the center. On the center, you draw the line transverse axis and conjugate axis. We have drawn the line transverse axis and conjugate axis. On the transverse axis, cut the length equal to r1 on this side and this side, and at these points draw perpendicular lines, and on this perpendicular line cut the length equal to modulus of r2. Modulus of r2 is under root 2. Cut this length modulus of r2 on this side and modulus of r2 on this, and then join these 2 points with the center, and you get these two lines. These 2 lines will become the asymptote of the hyperbola, and after that, using these asymptotes and this point, you can draw the hyperbola like this. So this is how we can trace this conic. So we have identified this conic, found out its center, equation of the axis, transverse axis, conjugate axis, eccentricity, equation of the directrices, and we have actually traced this conic, and this conic is hyperbola. So this is how we have completed this question. So we will be doing another question on ellipse maybe in the next lecture. Thank you.